Oh boy, this just happened. My video that I just released about ranking all the NHL teams' logos pretty much dropped at the exact time that this trade dropped. I know that video is going to get absolutely no views and buried. Also, because I've been gone pretty much a month, but we're going to talk about this because this is absolutely massive. Tomas Hertl has just been traded to Vegas of all teams. And the return is a first rounder in 2025, which better not have any sort of protection on it, or I'm going to flip up my. Yeah, I'm just going to flip. And we get David Edstrom, who is Vegas's first round selection in 2023. Hertl is having 1.25 mil retained, 17%. And this is the thing. I thought the 2/3 were coming back our way for the Sharks, but they're going to Vegas. Now, my instant reaction, well, first, when I thought the thirds were going to us, I'm like, okay, not bad. The Hertl contract's tough to move. But now you're retaining for 6 years. Is it a lot of money? Absolutely not. But as a rebuilding team, that's a retention slot for 6 years. And that is important because you're still retaining on Karlsson. You're still retaining on Burns. Burns, I think, for one more season. Karlsson for 3. You have no retention slots when you should be able to be weaponizing your cap. That's what kind of makes this, in my opinion, kind of bad. Now, the return on the surface for that contract, it's pretty good. It is. 2025 first. Again, as long as that has zero protection on it. David Edstrom, who I again, don't know much about. I do know the Sharks might have gotten him for that pick where we got Quentin Musty, so he's not bad. Again, I prefer Musty, but let's do a couple things here. Let's take a look at Tomas Hertl in his career. So again, Hertl is 30, signed for 6 more seasons. But we're taking a look right now at what he's done in his career with the Sharks. We're going to reminisce, see what kind of player Vegas is getting. Now he's towards the tail end of his prime with some injury history, currently injured. I wonder if Vegas is going to LTIR him and the doctors are going to find, oh, we don't want him to have a setback. We better keep him out to the playoffs. Let's see. So rookie season, 25 points, 37 games. He had 31 and 82 and 14-15. 46 and 81, 22 in that. I believe, was that the shortened? Yeah, that was the shortened season, wasn't it? Oh, no, this was. I'm getting all mixed up. Yeah. This was his knee injury season, wasn't it? Yeah. 46 and 79, and then he broke out 74 in that 77. Yeah, this was another injury year for him. 36 and 48, 43 and 50 in 20 and 21, 64 and 82, 63 and 79. You can make a very firm argument that he wasn't necessarily worth that 8 mil. He had 34 and 48 in this season with the Sharks. Well, they're bad. Let's be honest. Yeah, Sharks are, these guys are bugging the crap out of me. The Sharks are not too good. So Vegas is getting a very, very capable player. Now, they're going to be able to insulate him as like a 2C, which is probably where he should be playing. He's had to kind of go into that 1C role in so many ways, and maybe he's just not that kind of player. Again, he was a mid first round pick way back when he was first drafted by the Sharks. So again, if you're looking at this now, fan favorite, yes. And a lot, and I understand the sentiment of just being like, well, this sucks. Any return for someone who's a fan favorite is going to be considered to suck for sure. And the fact that he's going to Vegas, that, the Sharks' most hated team in the NHL, it all of that kind of makes it worse, right? But, I wish I had some analytics cards to pull up as well. I don't know. I'll keep an eye on Twitter. I'm sure Jay Fresh will be popping something up, either him or Patrick, just on the analytics side of things. But that's the kind of player Vegas is getting. 60, 70 point pace guy. pretty consistently since, that 2018 season, as when he started to kind of bust into his prime, right? If you look at all those point paces, that's a 60, 70 point player. This one may be slightly below, but it's not that far. I'd have to math on that. But yeah, so 60, 70 point guy. And they're going to only be paying 675 for him. Hertl's going to be saving some money because of Vegas is a state tax-free, or they're in a state tax-free state. So I think I saw the figure. He was going to save like $6 million total over the remaining years of his contract. That's, yeah. What could all of us do with $6 million? I could live for the rest of my life with $6 million. Yeah. So that's who they're getting. Now, I did want to look up David Edstrom here, because that I'm very curious. He's Swedish, so we're loading up on the Swedes here. We'll go to Elite Prospects. That's a pretty good source. So he's 19 years old, 6'3", man. He's a big boy. Right now weighs $190. That's not too bad. Let's see what he's been up to in Sweden, and we can see just what kind of player. Actually, I actually have no idea what his position is either. He's always a center. Nice. Okay, centers are good to get. Lefty center. Well, here, Edstrom is sneakily good in almost every facet of the game. He's made the mold of a big two-way center, but also provides a lot of value offensively, and at times even in transition. He's also a solid distributor of the puck, both in the offensive zone and on the breakout. He supports his defenseman down low, reads passing lanes, and covers space while handling his puck battles with care. Okay. All right. We'll see. Again, it's a prospect. It can be hit or miss, especially for where he was drafted. And where he's at right now, he's on loan. He was on loan to Frölunda. Nothing amazing, but again, the SHL is a men's league, right? So couple games left, project to get one more point. It's hard to say stats wise from what he is. Yeah, we really need to kind of, it's more of a wait and see. But I'll have, some of my thoughts on this. There's a lot of people calling for GM Mike Greer's head. We'll see. There's got to be some other stuff. Oh, well, Vlasic is crying. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, me too, buddy. I like that's the first thing that pops up is Marc-Edouard Vlasic in tears. Oh my goodness gracious. All right, we gotta see. Jay Fresh has had to have dropped something by now. He's busy. There it is. So the War, honestly, in a lot of ways, could be better. The EV offense is very, very good. Yeah, that is quite good. You know what? Let me zoom in on this. I feel like my face is going to get in the way at times. I might have to turn it off at times. But yeah, we'll do this here. Take a good look at Tomas Hertl and his analytics card right now. So as you can see, EV offense is at 87%. That tracks. He's an incredible play driver for the Sharks. Has been. Not the best defensively. Sometimes lacks goal scorers, but very good at primary assist. Faces, incredible competition, quality of teammates. I'm sure that's dipped a lot. His finishing did take a really, really big bounce back this year. And his defense as well. Wow. Yeah, this has been a big, big defensive year for him. And it makes sense. Sharks have been defending a lot. Oh my goodness. Let's see what Jay Fresh has to say. Top 6 center who brings a versatile offensive skill stick as well as some defensive upside. Yeah. Very good playmaker, but with the right linements can also be a dangerous scorer. Yeah, indeed. We saw that. I mean, again, he was a goal scorer at times in his career. You think back to, that 4-goal night, thinking back to playing with Thornton at times. He started out on the wing. He is now, developed into that centerman that he is. His WAR last season was really bad, but he's, again, you can consider that some regression to the mean right there. So, yeah. I figured we'd find this. But yeah, so my thoughts on this whole situation is, on the one hand, it really sucks. You could have maybe made the argument that you can start turning things around Hertl would be a veteran while you start to compete again. Maybe he helps with that. But with his injury history, maybe it's best, and with your trajectory right now, which is a rebuilder and tanking for Celebrini, essentially, you want the best odds. You're neck and neck with Chicago right now. They have Bedard. You get rid of Hertl, Duclair. I mean, Šimić was in the AHL, but that's... How do you win a game the rest of the season is like my initial thought. And the one thing I will say for Mike Grier is that this is what Sharks fans called for. Maybe not trading Hertl, but you gotta do it. When we traded Meier last season, there were people saying, well, you should have traded Hertl. He's older. Meier could at least help you at the tail end of the rebuild. You have to also remember Tomas Hertl had a no movement clause, so he had to waive it to be moved. Now, I would have maybe preferred to see this sort of a move at the draft when teams or in the offseason when teams do have more money. But again, with the no movement clause, Tomas Hertl has the leverage, and he chose to go to a winner right now and save some money on his taxes and things like that. He and Mark Stone can shake hands, and well, while they're both waiting for their injuries to recover, just in time for the playoffs. That one time they fought, remember that? That was a good scrap. 2 star players going head to head. But yeah, Mike Grier just ripped off the Band-Aid, right? And that's kind of what you have to do in this situation if you're the Sharks. Where you want to blow it up, just rip off the Band-Aid. Get rid of everything and anything and everything that you can. And pretty much he has. Burns, Karlsson, Hertl now, Meier last year, right? Like that was our core. And they're gone. So it's a new team now. It is an entirely new roster. Speaking of rosters, we're going to take... I wonder if they're updated now. Good. We'll take a look at Vegas first. Has it... I don't even know what it's been updated, if it has. NHL, you can't trust them, but let's see if... Jesus. No, it hasn't. But all right, so we'll just take a look at this roster right now. At least they have Anthony Mantha in there. But think of this team. Just of centermen. Let's just think about the centermen right now. Good gracious. Eichel, number 1C. Hertl's got to be your number 2, but he can, probably swap a bit with Karlsson at times. I know Chandler Stevenson has played up in the lineup at times, but that's a lot of good talent down the middle. They've been playing, Barbashev a lot more on the wing. I have him in fantasy because, yeah, he's also listed as a winger. It's good to get those extra face-offs, but add Hertl to this. Tab's kind of insane. Hannafin's not here yet, is he either? Oh, yeah, he is. I'm blind. So there you are. Oh, my God. So they're trying to run it back. Now, Vegas has been struggling, really struggling lately. And again, I know that because I have both Aiden Hill and Logan Thompson in my fantasy. I'm like, hell yeah, I'll get tons of wins and probably some pretty decent save percentage. They've really fallen off. But with these additions, right, it's very clear what Vegas is doing. They're making a push. That's the only way. They're making another push. They want to go back to back. And as much as I hate Vegas, and as much as I think I hate how they run their team at times, and with the retention shenanigans and all the cap shenanigans that they get away with, you cannot fault them for every single year going all in and somehow being able to make all these trades happen. I have a gross respect for them because of that. And we'll see if at this point, I feel like the rest of the league is going to have to catch on. It is a copycat league, and I expressed some resentment for this. I don't want every team to be running and gunning, wheeling and dealing, but it is exciting at the same time. I haven't liked how they've treated some of their players, with how they've found out trades, but maybe, they're figuring it out while they wheel and deal now, and they're a bit more organized with it. Either way, Vegas is going for it. And now we take a look at the Sharks roster, because again, this is now the team of William Eklund. Couture may not ever be back. He's been dealing with a very serious, very rare injury. And who knows if he's ever going to be back. So now Tomas Hertl's gone. We just called up Bordeleau. He and Eklund connected for one of the 2 goals the Sharks scored last night. Again, this is part of your future. Eklund, Bordeleau, now you add in Edstrom. But, yeah. I mean, Granlund, they're going to hold on to him. He'll probably get moved next season. He's a good veteran mentor for now, but if he's going to have some value, he's been doing pretty good. We'll click on him. He's really come alive towards the late. He had a horrible start to the season, but he really started to pick it up. So, like, he's been doing decently on the crap team. If he has another good season next season, maybe when we have a little bit more support, hopefully Celebrini, but I'll take anyone in that top 3. But please, Celebrini. Right? Like, 38 points in 49 games played. Did I say 20? Did I even say the points? 38 points in 49 games played. You can't hate that, man. You really can't. Again, and especially with the slow start that he had, considering the team he's on, not too bad for Mikael Granlund. And again, the Sharks have been saying we could consider him a part of our near future. Again, that's 2 things that you're doing right there. You're trying to up that eventual trade value and saying, like, well, also, he has been kind of important, and he is. He's good. Seems like a good locker room guy. He's had kind of a rebound year. He can teach the younger guys. He's a Nordic dude who will help teach all of our young Nordic guys coming up. But yeah, this is a very, very different team now in the San Jose Sharks, and this is what a Sharks fan wanted, right? We said, okay, it's time to rebuild. It's not gonna be pretty at times, and you can make a very firm argument that maybe this wasn't the prettiest, right? I'm trying to see if there's anything else pop. See, this guy agrees with me. Josh agrees with me. No one older than 24 is spared besides Granlund, but yeah. Yeah, and yes. I still can't believe we gave them 2/3. That's actually going to irk me. With the retention, I feel like you better get a second. Like, what I said was, with that retention, at least one of those thirds, if not both of them, has to turn into a second. And ended up we were sending the thirds their way. That, to me, can't happen. But again, you lack leverage at the deadline. You lack leverage with a player with a no movement clause. And again, I do respect Greer for just trying to blow it up. But yeah, I think if you're going to help a rival, you got to get a little bit more if you can, or just wait till the off season. But again, who knows if the market's still there, right, in that off season. So those are my thoughts, kind of instant analysis here on the Tomas Hertl trade. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Hit that like button. I'll see you guys in a video very soon.